Hello, everyone. Welcome back for a brand new TIFF interview right now. We have the team behind Castle in the Ground with us. A huge congratulations on the movie. Not wasting any time here and jumping right into it. I'm curious what inspired this. The loneliness epidemic is something that kind of fascinates and disturbs me to no end, where I can't stop thinking about it. So why jump into that subject matter?
I think it's been a combination of just research and exposure to certain realities through my father, the work he did when I was younger up until very recently, and just being alive on the planet and not being able to look away from what's undeniably happening. And it just grew slowly and gradually. It was never like a strategy, but then it became something that was quite defined, and then I got to collaborate with some extraordinary people that just made it, vivid and true.
And what is it like for the three of you when a script like this crosses your path? Because this isn't exactly an easy headspace to kind of live in for an extended period of time. So, I don't know, for lack of better terms, at the end of a shooting day, do you kind of need like a detox moment to sit down and kind of relax and clear your head?
I mean, I think it was really a matter of, you have a great responsibility as actors to portray this experience accurately and well and with respect. And I think the main concern and challenge and weight on you was to do with that each day. And what we set out to do was certainly to present the reality of this and how normal it is and how current and pervasive the opioid crisis is. But at the end of each day, we got to go and sleep in our beds, and I think any
Sudbury beds.
Any job is hard, and this was definitely sort of tough. But at the end of the day, the focus was on making sure we did our jobs as best we could. Yeah.
And I know you're a trained method actor and filmmaker, which, again, fascinates me. I'm curious, just from the acting perspective, do you notice a difference in his style of directing an actor?
It's just awesome. Just really a soulful way, and to me, the only way to really direct a movie is the way Joey goes about it, because I feel like with a movie that's very sensitive, you need to feel a certain confidence that if you stray away from what's right or something, you're going to have a director who's still cheering you on. And I don't see that buzzing behind his eyes that I see in a lot of directors, where they have this anxiety, like, are you going to do it right? Like, are you going to do it? And they try not to do it, but I can see it behind their eyes. And I felt that Joey didn't have that anxiety. Instead, he was more anxiety that the car was going to break down or the other stuff like that. But with us, I felt like he totally trusted we'd do something interesting and it could work. And I feel very indebted to him. And I found a lot of comfort and shelter in like watching Family Guy when I got home. That was my thing. I would go be Henry all day, and then I'd come home and want to die, and I'd watch Family Guy, and
What is the Family Guy for both of you? Do you have a specific show or just something you turn to in order to kind of relax and recenter yourselves?
Like texting Joey, being like, did I F up today? That'd be my one. You being like, no. Really? No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Probably just chain smoking for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, same. During that movie, he got me to be a chain smoker fully.
Did you go home and watch certain kinds of things, or like listen to certain kinds of things?
No, because I couldn't, because they only had the TV in the hotel, so I would just literally watch like whatever was on the TV because I didn't bring my laptop.
Oh,
so it was kind of good in a way. I could totally turn off. Like usually I probably would go home and watch, I don't know, Freaks and Geeks if I want to feel good or something. But yeah, I was just watching.
I feel like I forgot what life is like when you turn things off like that. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it was
even know what
kinda
that
nice.
feels like anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the real truth is that a lot of the time, we'd probably all of us went home and would like watch these opioid documentaries and stuff, and I'd watch these videos of people nodding out, and so honestly, it was kind of a nonstop thing when you're doing as like it wasn't run and gun, because the movie is very perfectly, I think, laid out, but when it's as balls to the wall as this movie, where there's not that many days to do this kind of a film, I feel like you do have to pack in as much research as possible. Mm-hmm. And so actually, as much as I love to go home and watch Family Guy, like I was going home and running a lot. Like at 1 or 2 in the morning, I would go down to the gym and run because I was staying skinny and staying and kind of keeping your mind relaxed. So actually running was a good way of keeping the
I'm
thing
pocketing this
together.
information for myself right now. What do you watch or listen to while you run?
Oh, I was listening to Kendrick Lamar,
Okay.
Damn, a lot.
Okay.
Actually, that got me through a lot. And I listened to Robin Williams stand-up while I did it. And honestly,
Stand-up
that
is
was
a
the
good
best.
idea.
Because that relaxed me. Listening to Robin Williams do stand-up made me happy and relaxed me while I was
Okay.
running.
I need things for my running playlist, so that was a selfish question. But thank you for the answer.
You smirked at me, Imogen. Is Robin Williams not good running comedy? Not good running music?
I mean, I have no comment. I love Robin Williams stand-up.
What would you say to someone out there that wants to make a more challenging movie like this? Because every single time I see something like this get off the ground, like I can't applaud it enough because we don't see enough material like this. So for somebody else out there who has a similar hope to make a movie like this, what would you tell them?
Well, I appreciate that question. I guess like what Emmy said really resonates with me. You know, like we got to sleep in our beds. Like I appreciate what these folks were all willing to do, and to do grueling take after grueling take, and do it over and over again for like tiny variations just to get possibly to a closer core truth of something is amazing. But we're just actors and filmmakers in the film industry. Like, you know, we weren't literally saving lives or curing diseases, and it's still a privilege to work in this industry, even when it's really tough. I think as an actor, filmmaker, to see what they're willing to do is really humbling and really special. But as the person who wrote it and directed it, like, my life is good. I mean, there's a lot of guilt, to be honest, with being here. Like, I sleep in my bed every night. Like, why should I be the one? And I think that it's a beautiful life, however challenging it can be to be a creative person. And I think that personally there's too much escapist fare for my money, and there should be room for everything, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a glut of a certain kind of candy that becomes bad for you, and then it's bad candy, and then a total dearth of things that maybe stand for something. I'm not saying my flick does, but just in general, my favorite films and books and music have saved my life. And I just feel like, you know, if you want to go out and do it, I mean, I'm grateful to those people who are going to do it, because that's the stuff that really is life's blood to me. And you know, the work that these folks are willing to do and do on everybody's films is builds I think a global community of people with good intentions who put love out, and I really believe in that.
Love that there is a filmmaker with that mentality out there right now. We do have to wrap up, but before I say goodbye, one thing we want to do right now, I guess kind of to celebrate life a little, is we're doing Collider Most Memorable Moments. So I have a list of things, so rapid fire style. First thing that comes to your mind when I say this topic. Ready? First, most memorable film premiere.
Last night.
Good call.
The first ever premiere we had, I fucked up the game already. The first ever one we did, memorable. Solitary Man.
This premiere and the other half premiere were both very special.
It's kind of a funny story because it was the first time I had a movie at TIFF and got to be back home in Toronto. So
Best swag I ever got. I still wear that sweatshirt all the time. All right, most memorable meal.
Oh, sushi in Japan.
You aced it.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I like the smoothies I make at home.
What's your on-set vice? What do you reach for all the time on set?
Oh, man.
Fruit balls. All the time. Chewing,
No, that's Mikey Solomon always chewing the licorice. No, I would have those smoothies. Because I can't eat anything. I'm a bubble boy, so the smoothie guys I'd get.
Joey's got a delicate.
Yeah.
Same. But my favorite meal and most memorable meal was the first meal I ate after the movie, literally on the last day, because I hadn't eaten in 2 months, and then I at the very last day ate 3 Subway sandwiches, all this stuff, and then threw up in the hotel and then left. And I was like, that's the way to go. That's the way to leave Sudbury. You eat way too much, puke, and get the hell out of there.
Kia, what's yours?
I did the Wolff program for a second. We would eat all of our food that was straight off the farm that we were on, and that was probably
Nice.
my most memorable meals, I guess.
Huh. All right, let's see if we can squeeze 2 more in. What's your most memorable fear overcome?
Jumping into rivers, very neurotic all the time about everything. But I've been encouraged to jump into rivers, and I do that now.
I could.
You don't look pleased with that
Jump into
answer.
rivers?
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'll do anything. So you encourage me to jump in a river now?
Okay.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I know.
I mean, rivers have got like creepy, like little,
Well, that's what I worry
sluggy
about.
things at the
When I
bottom
was
and
Critters.
When I was a
Yeah.
kid, we went to Epping Forest on a field trip, and they said if you have any open wounds, you can get Weil's disease. And so I was nervous about that.
And leeches are in lakes. You're brave. Rivers. I couldn't sleep by myself till I was like 13. I was afraid of the dark. I wasn't afraid of the dark. It's just like my brains would go to like, I'm the only person awake in this house. And then it's like, oh, I'm the only person awake in the city. And then I think there's
Feel
somebody
that.
coming into my house and I got to protect my whole family. But I was like 7. So it took me a while. My older brother used to let me sneak into his room and sleep on his floor.
That's really
That is
sweet.
so sweet.
Any two you guys want to add?
About
Okay, wait.
fears we've overcome.
Let's switch it up because I don't want to
working with
miss
Keir
this
Gilchrist.
one.
I'll say I was afraid to work with Keir Gilchrist, and then I conquered it because I did it.
What is the most memorable rap gift you've ever received?
I got True or False by David Mamet when I was 17, and it was given to me by Rose Byrne, the legend.
It's a good one.
Actually, when you rapped, Emmy bought me a bottle of wine, and it was just given in a very heartfelt way. So I still haven't opened it because I'm a dork and I'm sentimental, and I'm like, I'm not gonna drink it yet.
Can understand
I didn't
that
give
mentality.
Joey shit.
That wasn't my point.
My most memorable was Slayer, Show No Mercy on vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty dope.
Good calls all around. I hate to wrap this up, but we have to. So I'm going to thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much for being here today, and I'm going to thank our wonderful sponsor, Nordstrom Canada, for making all these interviews happen. That's it. We're out of here with this one. Like and share this video before you leave, and we'll see you soon with more TIFF coverage.